Why does my wife not want me sexually? My name is Paul Friedman. I am the founder of the Marriage Foundation, and I'm going to try to give you some insight into this subject. Hopefully you'll be able to extract what you need so you can manage your own program, if you will. But of course, it's always useful to use one of my books or the Course for Men. But here's what's going on. Let's take the macrocosmic viewpoint first, because that is so distorted in our society. In our society, marriage is it's a material relationship. It's legal. There's expectations on both sides. It's more like a business partnership than a marriage. And a component of those marriages is sex. Not making love, but sex. And we have all at one time or another bought into sex being a measure of our relationship. If the sex is good, our relationship is good, right? And it totally misses the point, because we're not material beings. You know, sex, if you really understand sex for what it is, it's an aspect of biology. And its purpose is procreation, to create more human beings. And it's a drive that we have literally in every cell of our body. And you may remember that from your biology class when you were a kid, that the drive to survive includes fight or flight when there's danger, taking advantage of opportunities that may come along to eat, find shelter, and that kind of thing, and sex, procreation. But we are more than that. We have a body, but we're not the body. And this isn't going to be a religious class. I'm not going to talk to you about Adam and Eve and Noah, but we are souls. And the proof of that is that we have an awareness of love, real love. If you have kids and you've seen your kids sleeping and your heart just opens up, that's the true experience of love. Or at weddings, when you go to a wedding, there's always that moment when you can feel that love. It's so tangible. And yet, Western psychologists, which basically rule how we define things, they call that an abstract thought, an abstract idea, an emotion. They call it an emotion, which it is not really an emotion. It's much deeper than that. And that's the soul. And feeling that love is why we get married. So what happens is there's a lot of confusion in marriage. And women are very sensitive. They're very different than men. And they're very sensitive to their space and to their partner's place with them. And usually, not all the time, but usually, women who reject their husband's advances do so for some of the most simple reasons. Some of those reasons, the number one reason, is that the wife feels taken for granted. And you have to understand, for her, you're a man, so you buy into this sex thing much more than she does. Women are naturally sexual, making love. It's different for them. They don't have sex unless they've been trained to. And they try to because they are trained to, even from TV shows and movies. But what really is dictating them and there's a cross current, is they want to make love. They want to use sexuality only for the expression of love and loyalty from soul to soul. But their husbands, which may be the case with you, because this is the biggest problem, is men are not discriminate in how they use their power of protection. And they turn that power of protection on their wife. You know, men are much stronger than women physiologically. So when a man is stern with his wife, or raises his voice, or gives her a look, it's like cutting her off beneath the knees. It's scaring her. And she may not know that, but inwardly she will react that way. So that's the biggest problem. And in our course for men, it's the very first thing I address. That as a man, you have an obligation. It's a subconscious pact that you have with your wife that you will take care of her. You're her bodyguard. Well, you raise your voice once, it takes a long time for her to recover. And it could be she's afraid of you. She's certainly not feeling loving towards you because you, her protector, are dominating her, not protecting her. So that's a big one. Another reason may be that you just take her for granted. And so the truth is that for a woman, it's very important that she's able to communicate the way she communicates. And this is, for a woman, foreplay is a constant. You want her to feel loving towards you. You want her to open up towards you. She's not giving you something. She wants to connect with you, and you're here. It's a totally different juxtaposition because we've been trained that sex is something she gives you, but that's not the case. Sex is a vehicle to communicate love and loyalty. Then there's the reasons that we hear all the time. My husband doesn't bathe. My husband wants to do his business and be done. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. My husband isn't sensitive to my needs. My husband doesn't take his time. He's not aware of me. All of these things come into play. Now, you could start working on those things, but what is much better to do, much more important, is to start learning about marriage, how it should be studied. So, there's two of you. You're the man, she's the woman, so there's only two of you. You live in a sacred space of marriage, a container. Only what goes in that container is what that container will have. You're very different than her. We just got into a little bit of that. As a male, you need to understand about how your mind functions, how biology affects your mind, how to control your mind. They don't teach us this, that we're supposed to control our mind. We all know we have free will, but we have no idea what that means and the responsibilities of that. You know, free will means that you can control your mind. It's a truth. You can control your mind, but no one's ever taught it to you. No one's ever taught you how. We do. So you need to understand your mind, her mind, and marriage. You have to get a holistic view of it. And you got to forget about, I want sex, until you've learned all of this. And then you will have, if you do this well, you'll have more sex than you've ever had in your life. But it won't be sex. It'll be making love. Got to get rid of this sex thing. Got to stop using porn. You got to stop seeing women as objects. You got to get into a marital mindset. I know it's an awful lot that I've just shared with you now. It's only a lot, though, because we're miseducated in our society. So you should subscribe to the videos that I have. Start getting a feel for what marriage is. Get the books that I have. Take the course for men. What you're dealing with now is not insurmountable. That's for sure. All right. Like it. Like this video. Share it. You know, all those things are good for us. And blessings to you, blessings to your wife. Don't be discouraged. Address this in a practical way, and you'll be fine. All right, take care and God bless. Thank you for taking time with me.